Hello, everyone, and thank you for taking part in this workshop called Assess Me. What are we assessing? We are assessing the digestive system today. Why is this so important? Because the digestive system is the first system that receives the information outside from the world, and it has to change and tailor it, assimilate it, and offer it to the rest of the systems so they can work and produce that wonderful body you are. What we are going to talk about today is generally how to assess your digestive system. What is digestive system and how to assess it? It will be very short. What I'm not going to do is teaching anatomy. Don't worry. It's not going to be difficult or too scientific or something like that. No, it will be simple for people to understand and to be able to assess and then map their priorities. What is the most important thing from the information we get about the digestive system and how to use it? Then I will suggest you how to tailor your habits to serve your needs, of your digestive system or the rest of the body as well. This is a very short workshop, and I am hoping to excite you to think about your body more, with more love, and to know more about your body. The motivation is your goal. I can only excite you for those 20 or 30 minutes, as long as the workshop is, but I won't be able to motivate you later on to take actions to improve your health or to change your body, change something in your digestive system. So I will be posting this workshop in my group. I will change the name, as right now is How to Eliminate Chronic Pain. The name will be changed to Eliminate a Chronic Health Condition, because I found out that a lot of people have chronic condition, they need help, but just because they don't feel any pain right now, they are reluctant to contact with me and to talk about that. So why I'm doing this workshop? I'm doing this workshop because most of my clients, people from the Western population, have a lot of conditions which are chronic conditions, like swollen legs, swollen ankles, if I have to be more specific, condition like Crohn's disease, condition like kidney problems, headaches, pain in the joints, and etc. This is very common. I don't know what is the statistics, but I'm sure that a huge number of the population, especially over 40, this is a time when the pills start being introduced into your life, really suffer of a lot of chronic conditions. And as I'm mentioning pills, one of the things I would like to add is that pills have the thing to accumulate in our body and to produce side effects. They might be very good for one thing. You are trying to suppress, that pills are suppressing symptoms, but they are really bad for other things, that the part that the pill doesn't use starts accumulating in places where your body has some weakness. Let's say I had a client, she's on a few pills. She had a varicose vein operation years ago, but lately she started getting circulatory problems and really swollen legs. And the pills she's taking, I checked the side effects. That's what they lead to, in a very long run when people use those pills. So yes, that's why the Western population has this problem as well. And I am trying to help a lot of people to improve their conditions and to have more energy to go with the meaning of their life, because this is very important when the end of life comes. I was a witness of a few of my clients whom I took with a very, very last stage of the disease. And at the end of life, there is something which sits in your head and it constantly asks, what did you do? What was the meaning of your life? Were you following your dreams, and etc. So my goal is to help you increase your energy so you can follow the meaning of your life or follow your dreams. This is something I really discuss very in depth with my clients. What is optimum health and how to achieve it? So I would like to tell you that just not being sick is not health. Not being sick means you don't know what you know the symptoms of something which is happening, which is too far gone already, but you don't know of the things that are boiling in your body. So not having the symptoms of a disease or that doesn't mean that you are in optimum health. Optimum health is when the health is robust, when the health is that keeps you focused more than 45 minutes a day on one thing, that you have the capacity to work, that you're energized, that from 7 o'clock in the morning, let's say, if you get up at this time, when you open your eyes and you say, life, I'm here, I'm ready to go, with this type of energy until it's dawn, dark at night, you are just full of energy, happiness, joy. You perceive your dreams. This is optimum health. It's very rare nowadays for many reasons, but I've seen it, I've experienced it myself, and I am helping people to achieve the same thing. It's very important to write down your why. Why do you want to be healthy? And if you tell me like, of course I want to be healthy, this is not even a question, then I would ask you about your commitment. Why I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do to be healthy. And this is what really worries me when people tell me, I'm passing by through the days and it's okay. I'm healthy enough. I don't have conditions. I'm just a little bit overweight. Let me tell you, being overweight is a huge problem for the body because our organs are already squished in our body. While putting a lot of fat around, it compromises their work, it squishes them even more, and it enables the organs to work in optimum fashion. Taking medical pills is not healthy, as I mentioned already, and I am healthy. I'm just taking Centroid or pill for my blood pressure, let's say. This is not healthy. Or I had a client who said, I just have cancer, otherwise I'm healthy. No, this is not healthy. So what is optimum health? Why we want to achieve optimum health, and why we want to be healthy, and why we are not doing what we have to do to experience optimum health. This is something I suggest you to think about, because healthy is bursting with robust health. Healthy is able to communicate with people, to be 100% present. Healthy is mobility, strength, flexibility, endurance, agility, of your physical body, of your intellect, and of your spirit. This is a robust health. So we continue briefly about me for those of you who don't know anything about me and never seen me. I have a website. I'm not going to go in depth in what I'm doing here. I just took a screenshot from a website, transformperform.ca. You can see my memoir there. It's called Walking Next to Cancer. I have experience with working with people who had cancer, their very last stage of the disease, and other conditions, of course. I'm a trainer and a wellness therapist for a very long time. Over 20 years, I'm in this field. And if you want to follow up with my success stories or my advices, they are in my group. When you do a research on Facebook, you will get to this. It says Eliminate a Chronic Health Condition. That will be the new name, which I will change very soon. If you would like to communicate with me, this is my phone number. You can text me or find me on the social media. Especially on Facebook with my name, Mariya Taneva, or Transform Perform, or Eliminate a Chronic Health Condition. And let's get on it. Quick digestive system assessment. Before we assess the system, we have to know what it is, where it starts, where it ends, and what is its function. The digestive system is, imagine, conveyor belt. This is the upper digestive system. This conveyor belt consists of many foods which are waiting to enter your body on a daily basis, a few times a day. And the digestive system, this upper digestive system, goal is to prepare the food for further processing. So it starts with your mouth. Everything in the mouth is part of the digestive system, the teeth, the tongue, everything in your oral cavity. Then you have the pharynx, where the food goes through, the air goes through. This is behind your nose and mouth. It's related to swallowing. It's related to taking air. You take air also with the food into your stomach. It continues with the esophagus, which is the long pipe there, and then you have the stomach. This is all part from the upper digestive system. And as I said, its function is to prepare the food to be assimilated from the lower digestive system. And what is the lower digestive system? Imagine a refinery. This is your lower digestive system. It consists of your small intestines, your colon, your rectum, your anus, and we have also other organs that prepare, refine, assimilate waste, the stuff from our digestive system. And these are the liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, and very important, the salivary glands that releases saliva. I forgot to mention them. So this is upper and lower digestive system. What I would like to say about the lower digestive system, we have some awareness what is happening here up in mouth, but we don't know much what is happening down. What we know is about constipation, belching, burping. We know that we're bloated, but we are not very much aware of what is happening down there. And when we have a problem with the intestines, and especially with the colon, the situation is very serious health-wise, because what often happens is the colon becomes like a cheesecloth. This cheesecloth lets molecules that are not supposed to go through the colon into the blood flow, into the body to go through, then the body thinks that these molecules are pathogens and it starts attacking it. Then you become allergic to foods like chicken, broccoli, and etc. Because those molecules in this type, the way they are not supposed to go through the colon into the body. When we are dehydrated, the body pulls water from the colon, and that's why this organ is crucial. They say that it's the second brain because the information from the colon to your brain is 90% more than the information going from the brain to the colon. If you can imagine a highway and a pathway, the path will be the information that goes from our brain to our so-called second brain, the colon, but the highway is the information that takes through to get to your brain from your colon. So this is in short how the digestive system looks, the upper and the lower digestive system. So how to prioritize action? First, we evaluate the symptoms that indicate that something is wrong with the digestive system, and we have a better control, I mentioned, on the upper digestive system. What is happening there is bloating, acidic taste in the mouth, ulcers in the mouth, burping, belching, heartburn, abdominal pain, like in the upper abdomen, where is the stomach, difficulty swallowing, vomiting, nausea, and weight loss from all these symptoms. It's very important to tell you that if you have any of those symptoms, you absolutely have to do something about it, because a symptom in the upper digestive system translates later on as a big problem in the lower digestive system. And I will take something as an example. Let's say acidic taste in mouth. This happens often when we have acid reflux, when we have gastroesophageal reflux disease. It's called GERD, G-E-R-D as well. When we have some type of a stomach problem and the food comes back, like the hiatus hernia, or hiatus. I have problem pronouncing this word. This is when the opening, there is an opening which never, the flap never closes on the esophagus, and the acid and regurgitating of the food comes back into your mouth, and it's a very, very unpleasant thing. People have to sleep seated and etc. Also, when you take certain medications, what do I mean? Aspirin, for instance, can cause acidic taste. Non-steroidal medications, anti-inflammatory medications can cause acidic taste. Antibiotics can cause acidic taste. Dehydration. Why dehydration? Because if we're dehydrated, the saliva gets really very acidic, and then we have this taste in the mouth. Medications for asthma, medications for anxiety also cause this. Mouth bacteria can cause. You see, all these problems you can tackle and solve, so that is not translated in the lower digestive system through changing your nutrition and your nutrition habits and how you chew your food. There is one Chinese proverb. It says something like, this is a rough quote, chew your water, drink your food. You have to really mix your water with your saliva before you're swallowing. So you chew your water, and you have to really liquefy your food before you're swallowing. So it's like you're drinking it. Very important thing. Then we have the lower digestive system. As I said, it's more difficult to approach. The lower digestive system, the main things are things like diarrhea, constipation, which has to be approached, bloating of the lower abdomen. We have cramps in the stomach, a very, very common thing which occurs. We have, what else? Cramps in the stomach. Yeah, these are the main things that are happening with the lower digestive system. A part of the bloating, which we feel we know about, we have to monitor our stools. And I'm sorry, if you work with me, I give you a chart where you monitor your stools every day, especially if the stools are not what we're expecting them to be. This is very important because we know what kind of changes we make on the top with the intake, so we achieve results at the end when we eliminate. For example, if you have, it's very important to mention that if you have bleeding, or you have, let's say, bleeding and bloating, things like that, you also might think to approach a doctor. For bleeding, no question, no practitioner should do, a wellness practitioner or trainer or shouldn't advise you anything in case you have bleeding and you see it in the stools or you see it in your urine. You absolutely must approach a medical doctor immediately, as soon as you know. There is something like spasms very often that occur in people with Crohn's disease. They also have to address to a doctor to be diagnosed if you have spasms in the lower stomach, inside of the body. I'm not talking about surface spasm of muscles. So how to prioritize action? First of all, I would like to tell you that I am having a questionnaire, which I'm giving to my clients, which gives me an idea how the systems work. These are the result of the questionnaire. There are videos in the group where I explain how I work with this questionnaire. And I would like to read you a few of the questions which my clients are asked. It's a big questionnaire. They have to spend an hour and a half, so I can assess them correctly, because if you're not assessing, you're guessing, and I don't want to guess. The body is complicated enough to have guesses. So the first thing is the assessment of the digestion system, and I'm asking about the taste of your mouth. I'm asking about if small amounts of food will fill you up immediately, if you're skipping meals or eat erratically because you have an appetite, have no appetite, or indigestion, do you have indigestion of the food, does the food repeats on you, and etc. So from this we know what are the problems with the upper digestive system and how to prioritize action. And as I said, first of all, we learn how to eat so the food is well assimilated, still here in the mouth. the carbohydrates are assimilated in the mouth and then well accepted in the upper digestive system, so it can do its job to get into the lower digestive system. And we get the priorities, which is more important, to chew my food or to get the right food. And I will talk more about priorities and actions, how to put them in order in the next slide. The lower digestive system, we said it has constipation, diarrhea. These are the symptoms: rectal pain, bleeding, abdominal cramps, bloating, and gas. Why are we having gas? Because we're feeding bacteria which are not the favorable ones. The ratio of favorable and not favorable bacteria in our colon is supposed to be non-favorable 25% max and 75% favorable bacteria. When we give a wrong nutrients, wrong food at the entrance, we get that bacteria flourish, the wrong one, and then we have gas, we have bloating, because usually they're not supposed to expand, because the other bacteria, the favorable one, is supposed to take over. But if this doesn't happen, we have bloating and gas. Constipation and diarrhea can occur just as well. So it's very important to tailor your habits to serve your needs. What do I mean? In the courses with my clients, I work with 6 variables mainly, but they are over 12 actually. First, we monitor our routines and rituals in the morning. It's extremely important how you start the day emotionally. If you start on the wrong food, then you take wrong decisions, you make wrong choices during the day, including the choices with our nutrition. Then we have to acknowledge that the hydration habits are one of the most important things you have to do. I had clients, because they were very reluctant to do any of those suggestions, I told them, only do this for me, hydrate yourself for 3 weeks and see what will happen. And then they come to me, oh my God, Mariya, my energy, my concentration is so much better, only increasing the water intake. And none of them ever got to the water intake they're supposed to get. So just increasing a little bit of your water intake leads to enormous results. And here I would like to quote one of my teachers who said, the moment you stop hydrating, that moment you start dying. Of course, we're talking about the micro changes in our body that lead to catastrophic things like diseases, conditions, and pain, and etc. And this is only from dehydration. So this habit you might want to work on. Eating habits, I'm not going to tell you what to eat. I do that individually to every person, because the way we're different on the outside, that way we're different inside. Every person has different needs. Ectomorph has one need with a very busy schedule, with not very busy schedule. That's two different separate things. Endomorph have totally different needs of nutrients, and etc. So eating habits you have to work on to find what foods bring you energy. This is the mark if the food works for you. Exercising habits, we were born in motion. We're supposed to live in motion. As you see when I'm teaching or I'm listening to whatever, I'm always standing, because that gives me the opportunity to move, even to wiggle my hip, which you can't see, but It gives me opportunity to help my body functioning in a way which is more close to the optimum. Sitting down is not a good idea because it compresses the diaphragm, and that position compresses also the fascia, or we call it the diaphragm of the hip as well, where neither fluids can go through the body properly, nor air can go in enough, or we can't expel even the toxic air we have in our lungs when we are sitting, because everything is compressed. Then we have the resting habits, extremely important. We need to sleep, we need to rest, we need to enjoy life. We women, I say we women because most of my clients are women. I would love to work with men as well. We produce very little testosterone with our adrenals. And in order to produce that, we have to sleep. And a woman has to sleep between 8 and 10 hours or night every 24 hours. Men produce testosterone in their testes, and they can produce it during the day if they need it. So that's why they sleep less, usually 7 to 8 hours, but women need to sleep more. Resting is very important. Taking care, resting from exercises, and taking care taking care of family, socializing. This is a form of resting. The habit of being happy. Happiness is our choice. Health is our choice. Are we going to live with a condition as the flower to the left, or are we going to be living in a robust health? Is what we choose to do. Every disease every case has opportunity to improve. Is every case going to be healed? I can't guarantee. It depends on the people. I've seen amazing healing processes occurring. It's up to your motivation and to your conscious choice to being happy. So what is next? You can continue being members of the group, or join my group, where I share more information about the human body. And if that can help you in your path to health, to robust health, I will be very, very happy. This is the greatest reward for me. Also, you can book an appointment with me, which is about 90 minutes. It's a free roadmap for your health. In this appointment, I'm not coaching, but we will find out the roadblocks that brought you to this condition, that the roadblocks ahead of you that don't allow you to take charge of your health, and what we can do about that. And we will make a roadmap for what has to be done in order for you to absolutely flourish. For that reason, you can use my phone, and I can send you what is called the genius model, that beautiful flower. Let's say this is the flower of our life, and I want you to color the flower, and depending on how you answer those questions which are on the petals, and then we'll discuss around this flower. That is it for today. Thank you for your participation. And I'm hoping to have more interactions with you, to be able to answer your questions after you are watching this seminar, webinar. Yes, webinar. Thank you.
Leave a question or comment and we'll be glad to answer. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow and subscribe.